See, we got 2 viewers already. Um, I'm gonna try and wait and see how many more are gonna pop up. MG Fitness Lifestyle. What's up, my dude? Hope you've been well, man. Haven't seen any hauls lately. Everything cool? Yeah, everything is cool. I just, I bought a new car last month, I think it was, or the month before, and Mr. Zaharoff, what's going on, my friend? Um, I bought a new car, a 2018 Chevy Malibu, and the payment is like 480 a month, and my insurance went sky high because it's a brand new vehicle. So, for the most part, I am doing what's best for me as far as my finances and keeping my credit to where it is, because I didn't have to put any money down when I got my vehicle, which for me was a first. So that's telling me that my credit is getting back to where it needs to be. But I want to buy a house after I finish paying off this car. So my focus is not on colognes and going out and buying all this, stuff that I'm not really even going to be able to use in my lifetime. But I do want to be able to have some content for the channel. But I'm not finna go broke and bankrupt, trying to keep up with everybody else. That's what I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna review what I have, and if somebody's generous enough to send me samples and decants or whatever, then that's fine. But for now, I have to do what's best for me, and that's take care of me and my finances and my 2 kids. I am on child support. Me and my baby mama my ex-wife, we do get along. We co-parent great. But you know how that goes. If they feel like most women feel like when they separate or get a divorce or whatever, they feel like the man is going to neglect his responsibilities, and the kids didn't ask to be in the middle of this shit. And I understand that, and I understand where she was coming from. At the time, all I was thinking about was, buying audio equipment for my car, speakers and rims, and what I'm saying, all this other stupid stuff, when I could have been saving money or doing something positive with my money. So I understood where she was coming from. She felt like I probably wasn't going to be there financially as I needed to be, and she did what she had to do. And I wasn't mad at her about it. We went down there. Well, she actually went first, filled out the paperwork, and then after that we talked, and everything that came after that me and her did together. We came into agreement together. We went, filled out the divorce papers together. I'm a clown, I'm a joker. People know that have been around me, that know me, they know I'm a clown. I goof off a lot, and that's one thing that my ex-wife loves about me, and my kids also. um, I can take a bad situation and make fun of it. I can make fun of myself, and it not really mean nothing to me. So I've just been focused on me, man, and trying to, do what's best for me and my financial situation. And not to give you that long, drawn out answer. I know you didn't ask for all that, but that's mainly why I haven't been doing any haul videos, or, what I'm saying, you don't see me going to the stores, the rack stores, and buying things. You may see me do a video and showing you stuff in the store, but you won't see me buy anything. And say what you want about George Zaharoff. Um, that's a good dude. That's a very good dude. Very humble, very down to earth. Um, he really does seem to care about the community, the fragrance community. Or if people like me, Trey Sense, Sam Broom, all frags, he talks to us. So, you know, Eric McGee, what's up, fam? What's happening? Man, we'll stay strong. Bring who knows. Christmas is coming up, and subscribers might surprise you. Who knows? LOL. That's what's up. George Zaharoff. Priorities, definitely priorities come first. especially my kids. I'm not neglecting my kids for nothing. Yep. Georgia Gent. Yo, what's up, man? Usually organic. Yes, sir. That's what's up. All right, so the reason why I'm going live right now is because I've been trying to rebrand um my channel. And I how we smelling? What's up? What's going on? Um the only reason what listen, first of all, the rebrand for me is more of a two-part thing. And I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with this. I know Sam might disagree, Trey Sense might disagree, but some other people may agree. The brand change for one is I get as a man in the beginning I didn't care about what others were doing, what others were getting. And when Scent Explorer came around and I felt overlooked, I felt like all the work that I was putting in, sometimes I would put out 3, 4, 5 videos in a day. I got well over, I believe, 500 and some odd videos out. My content may not be as good as everybody else's. The way I deliver my content may not be the best. I don't have fancy lighting. I don't have, these elaborate openings and music playing and all this kind of stuff. I don't have like Cuba, the little Cuba guy on the screen and he's spraying this and all that. I don't have all this fancy stuff. I just know how to sit in front of a camera. I have evolved into this person that you see now, because if you go back and watch my older videos, you will see I was nothing like I am right now. I was bumbling and stumbling all over the place. I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. And now I've picked up my stride. My subscriber base is strong. Yes, you're gonna lose some along the way here and there, but for the most part, I've had people here with me since almost day one. And I don't want to change on those people. That's why I'm still the same person that you all knew from day one. But for the most part, the brand change is because I feel like I've been left out. Even though I might not have been able to go to Scent Explorer because I don't have money for plane tickets, I didn't have money for hotel rooms. It was the principle behind it. There are people who are under me in subs that got invites to this event, and I didn't even get a once over. And I said it before, shout out to Outlaw Frags for extending the invitation when they had those 4 tickets they were trying to raffle off or give away or whatever, and I couldn't go. So there was no need for me to tell them yes I can go. They give me the ticket and then I didn't show up. That would have been wrong as hell, and somebody else could have used that ticket. And I don't even know if they got rid of all 4 of those tickets. But I felt like it was the principle behind it. If people wanted me there, they would have asked me, whoever the tickets came from. But it didn't happen like that. And then on top of that, I see all these other channels. And I made a video about this, but I deleted it. Because I didn't really want to stir up the hornet's nest, but I guess I'm finna stir it up now. I see other channels, other reviewers that are along the lines of where I am right now as subscribers and how long I've been in this, which is not really very long. Everybody else is getting all these opportunities, and everybody else is getting these companies like Cremo and Dua, Alexandria. I've reached out to all these companies and nobody. Sensual Obsessions. It's 1 or 2 other companies that may have sent me 1 fragrance or whatever, like a sample. But for the most part, all of my samples have came from my subscribers in the beginning. I haven't really gotten much lately from everybody except Sensual Obsessions and Happy Land. But for the most part, nobody wants to touch me. Nobody wants to give me a chance. And I'm thinking that maybe it's because of, and I thought about this before Georgia Gent even mentioned it to me. So, whatever. I had a feeling that it had something to do with my name, Mr. Cheap Sense. Nobody wants to, their company or their brand or whatever fragrance to be thought of as a cheap fragrance. So of course Tom Ford is not going to send me any of their fragrances with the name Mr. Cheap Sense, because their shit is definitely not cheap. Creed is not going to send me anything because theirs definitely isn't cheap. No fragrance house is going to send me anything, period, with the name Mr. Cheap Sense. And there could be other things to it. It could be the way that my videos are, that it's not appealing to them as others. I may not be the smooth talker like a Ross from TLTG, or you know what I'm saying, some of these other fragrance reviewers. I'm not that guy. I'm rough, rugged. Every day I got on my smock, my vest. I'm at work. I'm a blue collar guy. I live paycheck to paycheck. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of extravagant things. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I've shared this several times. I live right now in an extended stay hotel, in which some people would say, well, why the hell was you out buying all these colognes and stuff when you could have been? That was what I chose to do, because I would much rather stay in an extended stay hotel and be able to take care of my kids and give money. And when they come and stay with me, not only they're getting money from child support, but if I have money in my pocket when my kids are with me, then I spend my own money also. I'm not one of them deadbeat dudes that think that just because the mother is getting child support that you're not supposed to do anything else. That's not me. And I don't live my life like that. And shame on them for living theirs like that. Because them kids, like I said before, didn't ask to be in your life. You brought them here. You put them here. But, the rebrand is more or less, I feel like I want to give something else a shot. I don't have money right now to be going out and splurging and buying fragrances, whether it's inexpensive fragrances or mid-range. I can't afford to buy those things for myself right now. And, in order for me to keep, I started reviewing the decants that I have because I felt like it was going to bring in more subscribers of a different demographic, like reviewing Tom Ford, all this other stuff that I have, these Creeds and Manceras that, people have sent me all these different decants, and I thought that it would bring in, a different demographic and subscriber. And it's, for the most part, I think it's working. People have been liking the fact that I've been doing a lot of this, higher end stuff, even though I'm not paying for it. And I kind of like it. I'm not trying to change my full image. I just want to change my name and be able to still bring content, whether it's inexpensive or, some niche quality stuff, but it's all in, what I can get as far as like samples and stuff. But like I said, I can't get samples. George Zaharoff sent me a sample. Then he sent me a bottle. I can't forget about him. I'm sorry about that. I just honestly feel left out and overlooked. And like I said before, I know some people are gonna, give me some backlash and all this kind of stuff. Okay, so the name that I used earlier, Centastic, whatever the hell it was I used, I just threw that out there. I was just throwing something at the wall just to see if it was gonna stick. And that's not the name that I was gonna stay with, but I wanted to get it on YouTube and Facebook. That's why I changed both title heads on both pages or channels or whatever you want to call it. Somebody messaged me. They understand that I was trying to rebrand and all that kind of stuff, but the name that I'm using sounds flamboyant. It sounds like somebody who's got on some tight ass jeans and a tight shirt and, does drag on the weekend or some shit like that. And And I understand both sides of the coin. I understand where they're coming from. But at the same time, the proverbial being in the box is what I put that towards, because I'm not homophobic, for one. I have a lot of confidence in who I am as a person. I'm not homophobic. I'm not gay. I'm not bisexual. I'm not any of that. I'm a straight guy. I love women. and it's just a name. And for people to be thinking like they're thinking inside the box is sad. That just because of a name, nobody wants to be affiliated or associated with it. And he said that people were saying that they didn't want to touch me with a 10-foot pole using that name. So it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I was just throwing it out there to see what happens, if it was gonna stick or not. And apparently, people don't like it, so I took it down. But what I'm not gonna do is, I appreciate everybody who has so far thrown some names out there. But a lot of that stuff that people are throwing out there, it just seems like they just coming up off the top of their head with any old thing, and it's like none of that stuff is meshing. It's not sticking with me. Nothing is like gonna slap me upside the head and be like, oh, that's tight work right there. I think it was one person that said something, and I did comment, and I said, I think I said something like, that's not bad or something like that. I said, but for the most part, man, I hate that people are stuck inside the box. You need to think outside the box. Don't let a name deter you from missing out on some good content. I'm a great guy. Sometimes I'm pretty damn funny, and I've been told that I've, make people laugh even when they're having bad days. They watch my video and I give them a little bit of joy. But what do you guys want me to do? You want me to come up with something like Mr. Gun Sense or Hood Sense or something like that just because you see this 6'4", about 300-pound guy that looks, I got this big beard and I'm a little bit muscular and fat at the same time. And yeah, you want me to be thuggish and you know what I'm saying? Like, people ain't gonna touch that either. I'm trying to find a happy median, and people are not really being cooperative and helping with the situation. It's hard to come up with a snazzy name that's gonna mesh. I mean, I can use something like Bama Frags or Bama Sense or whatever, but I don't live in Alabama anymore. I've been gone from there since I was 12, 13 years old. I live in Georgia, and I'm not representing Georgia, because I'm a Bama fan to my heart. I have it on my arm. It says Bama Boy. I got the Alabama mascot, the elephant, tattooed on my stomach. I'm Roll Tide through and through. But I have to find something that's gonna stick, something that's gonna work for me and my brand, and just throwing out something like Bama Dude or Bama Cologne or something like that's ignorant to me. I don't want to use that. So once again, if somebody comes up with something and it sticks, it you know what I'm saying, it works for me, then like I said, I'll send out something fragrance related for the person who wins the little contest, because the contest is still going. Just because I threw that name up on the screen earlier, that didn't mean that it was going to stick. And as you can see, I took it down and I'm using my real name right now. I'm not going back to Mr. Cheap Sense, because it makes no sense at all for me to be reviewing stuff like Tom Ford and all these other higher end name fragrances, and I'm calling myself Mr. Cheap Sense. That just doesn't work. And it definitely doesn't work for these companies, especially if I'm expecting to, maybe start trying to get some decants or some fragrances in from some of these companies. And the first thing they ask me for is what's your URL? I think the first time I reached out to a company, I can't remember who, they asked me what my URL was, and I didn't even know what the fuck a URL was. I didn't even know, and it kind of embarrassed me when I had to ask them what is that, and it was like, it's the link. Damn it! Now that I have a little bit more knowledge about about what's going on, I kept messaging these people and sending emails and stuff like that, and I'm thinking the first thing that they see is Mr. Cheap Sense on the title screen, and they looking like, oh, our fragrances aren't cheap. Even with fragrance clone houses like Dual, Alt, Alexandria, places like that, even though you're getting a 30 ml bottle or 60 ml bottle or whatever and paying like $60-$70 for it, that's still not cheap either. to some people anyway. So that's pretty much what's going on right now. I'm just trying to, find a name right now. I'm just trying to, find a name that's going to suit me right now. And maybe if things work out, I can start getting some of these, what do you call it? Some of these perks that some of these other channels are getting. I can't even call myself a man if I sat here and told y'all that I wasn't jealous, because jealousy is an emotion, a human emotion. I can't say that I'm not jealous that some of these people are getting these things. Like, I remember Ross from TLTG did a review on Cremo, and I'm not a huge Cremo fan. I've smelled bergamot and musk, and some people said that it smells like Creed Aventus, and I don't get it at all. It just smells to me like a chemical mess. I have a bottle of it. Georgia Gent gave it to me, and I haven't even worn it yet. And I need to try and wear it just to see what it turns out to be. But I think Trey Sense likes it. Some other people like it. To me, it just smells like mess. It just smells like a chemical mess. I sprayed it on my skin, on my hand, just to see, and I don't get much from it. But he did a review on it, and then the next day or two, Cremo was sending him fragrances and shaving shit and all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, dude, like, how in the fuck? A fragrance house like Babylon, I want to experience it too, not just what Georgia Gent sprayed, allowed me to spray on my hand or on a card or something. Even though he got it from another source also. I want to try out some of those fragrances also, and a lot of this stuff I just, like I said, I can't afford, and I'm not even looking for full bottle presentations. I'm asking for decants from these companies, and I can't even get that. So, laying it out here on the line, guys, that's what's been going on in my head lately. Why everybody else around me is getting all these perks, and I'm just getting overlooked. I don't understand it. I don't want to call it a racial thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I can easily slide that in there, but I don't want to go that route. I'm not racist at all. I get along with everybody. If I was racist, I wouldn't even be doing videos with Matt from Georgia Gent. I'm far from it. I just want equality for everybody. I want all of us to experience all of this stuff. All of these fragrances is supposed to be a cornucopia, a big melting pot of stuff. And, people are just looking at us, especially us smaller reviewers, and just saying, oh, these guys are just in it for whatever they can get out of it. No, we actually do love fragrances also. It's not just the bigger name people that love fragrances. All of us do. Most of us just don't have the charisma or the style and like a Cuba or somebody that's flamboyant, that's out there overly, whatever. We don't have all of that. I'm not one of those guys that can walk into a room and just stand out like Cuba or, somebody that's, out there like that. I've always been the dude that comes into a club, and I go find me a spot on the wall, put my back on the wall. When I was smoking, I would have my black or my cigarette and my alcohol, and I got my back against the wall, and I'm chilling. I'm in the cut. I'm not the dude all in the middle of the dance floor getting jiggy with it and all that kind of stuff. That's not me. So that's what the rebranding is all about right now. And I know people are going to say, well, you're doing it for the wrong reason. And of course, I agree to some extent, but it just is what it is. I'd be lying to you and I'd be lying to myself. I can't continue to be Mr. Cheap Sense talking about higher end fragrance decants that I have. That doesn't look right. I got people all the time messaging me, asking me, man, are you not that everybody's already talked about? I'm not going to the store and buying a bunch of Adidas anymore. I never bought Adidas anyway, but I'm not going to the store that's been in these stores for the longest. I'm not into that. No, my taste has changed a little. Yes, my taste has changed a little bit. I just feel like I don't want to keep. Also, let me move this a little bit. It's the designers also. Designer fragrances, the higher mid, I guess the mid tier stuff or higher end stuff like Blue Day Chanel and all of that. I consider, if you can find like Prada and stuff like that in the rack stores, those are considered cheapies to me. It's light, man. I'm trying to figure out how to get this light. Those are considered to be cheapies to me. If I can find a higher end niche, no, not niche, but designer fragrance for this discounted price, that's considered a cheapie to me. I found Prada Luna Rossa Sport at Ross for $40. And next door to Ross is Ulta. And that same cologne in Ulta is like $70, $80, $90. And I got it for $40. That's a cheapie. It doesn't have to be a Nautica Voyage or the Real Madrid or Michael Jordan or Adidas. It don't have to be fragrances like that to be a cheapie. If you can find them at and I think that's what a lot of people in the beginning was getting misconstrued when us small time reviewers were talking about the rack stores and everybody was getting bent out of shape. Oh, the rack stores ain't shit. You shouldn't be shopping there. They don't have nothing. Of course, it's gonna be days you're gonna run in there and they ain't gonna have nothing new. Of course that happens. It happens all the time. And of course, people are going to say you wasting your time running back and forth, you wasting gas. But for most people, it's just the thrill of the hunt. Most people don't want to sit at home all day and be on the computer or your phone or whatever and be surfing the web trying to find colognes and stuff. People like to actually get out and do leg work. I love going to the stores. Do you know how many women that you meet in these stores being a single guy? There are a lot of women out there, beautiful women. That's one reason why I like going to these stores, because I get to meet people. I would have never met Matt if it wasn't for the damn rack store. He met me at TJ Maxx. So, I mean, people got it misconstrued, man. They thinking that we were just talking about going to the rack stores and just finding, the real cheapies. But you actually can find some damn good fragrances in there at a discounted price. That's why I said I didn't understand what all the beef was about. Of course, you're not going to find everything there. Not all fragrances hit discount stores. So sometimes you have to go online and find stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. I started out online until I got turned on to Ross and TJ Maxx and Marshalls and all of this stuff. So, we're not going to stay on this subject because I know it's an iffy subject for a lot of people. I know Mr. Miami Cuddles is one who really don't agree with us when we talk about rack stores and stuff like that, in which I respect his opinion. So, how we smelling? What up? Handsome Baller 88. Hey, what's up? Scotty Loco, what's up? Like your reviews, keep doing. You give me a good direction to different frags. Detailing news. What up, buddy? What's happening, man? Michael Hodges, what's up, man? What's going on? Michael Hodges, love all your videos, man. Thank you. Detailing news. Bellcam colognes coming out with a lot of new clones, buddy. Yeah, I'm not a huge Bellcam fan. The only one I had was the Dior Sauvage one. Primitive Man. All of that other stuff, I have smelled it. But a lot of those fragrances, I have the original, so I don't really need a bunch of clones. Michael Hodges, you the best, man. Thank you. Georgia Gent, I don't know what that means. Michael Hodges, honestly, man, that's awesome. El Padrino, what's going on, Mr. Sense? What's happening? Michael Hodges again, awesome videos, man. Thank you. MG Fitness Lifestyle name changed. Yeah, I changed it. Messaged me rather and said that the name change that I used earlier sounded flamboyant and sounded like somebody with some tight jeans on that did drag on the weekend, and people weren't feeling it. So I took it down and I'm using my real name as of now until I can come up with something better. So that's what's with the name change, and I just explained it. Just rebranding to see if I can get some perks to help out with the channel. Being that my financial situation changed a little bit, I can't just run out anymore and just buy a whole bunch of cologne like I used to. I got a new car. I got a higher payment. It's an extra bill. Plus my insurance went sky ass high. And I just can't afford to keep going to the rack stores or ordering online and buying stuff. So, I'm trying a different avenue. No change, man. Keep your name. Don't change. Mr. Smell Good. Robes08 is in the building. What's going on, my friend? How we smelling? He just retracted the statement or a message. Darren Newell, Alabama finest. PJ, what it do? Cheap Daddy did the barbershop from Happy get any better for you? I haven't even sent. Well, I've sprayed them when I first got them. My first impression, and 3 of them I wasn't too fond of, and 2 of them I love, but I haven't actually worn them yet. I'm trying to wait for it to get a little colder because right now it's still hot here in Georgia. It's muggy outside, and I didn't want to wear some of those fragrances because most of them are for more cooler weather, and to wear them right now would probably be a little bit cloying for some or a little bit too pungent and strong. So I'm trying to hold off. Let's see. How we smelling? Blue collar scents, Bama scents. Nathaniel Alexander, brother, your beard shape up is tight. I might need. I actually haven't even touched it. I combed it out when every time I wash it at night. I put my beard oil on for my skin because I do have dry skin underneath here. If I scratch, it's gonna snow. So I need my beard oil. I put on the detangler stuff that you spray a little bit in your hand and you rub it in. I detangle. I put the beard oil on and then I comb it to try to keep it as straight as possible. And I actually was thinking about trying to get one of them. They got some new kind of comb out for men. It's like almost like a hot comb, and you just put it on your hand and you do your beard, and it kind of straightens it out a little bit because I have this curly hair. Like right here in the middle is straight, but on the sides it's nappy and curly, so I have to keep it combed. But I haven't trimmed it that much. I just cut down here and trim this up. But if I comb it right now, you'll see a lot of straggly, stray, sticking out hair. You pretty much can see them now. I have some, see them here, how they sticking out. And I try to take the scissors and clip them, but it is what it is, man. It's a lot going on when you deal with beards. Let's see. Two Steps 69. Mr. Cheap Sense, what's good? What's going on? Robes08, change the name to Ultra Expensive Scents. You'll get some Rosia Dove free. I don't know if you was joking or you being serious, but that's funny. I don't know, man. I love doing what I do. I'm not the best in the world at this, by no means necessary. People, as you can tell from me reading some of these comments, people do respect my opinion. They love the channel. I do hate to change my name because it's been with me since day one and people know me by that. But sometimes you have to move on from certain things. And you can't stay stuck in the same. For some people, not the right thing to do as far as like changing my name just to be able to get perks and stuff like that. But I just, as a man, I can't help feeling how I feel sometimes. You put in the work and you feel like your peers don't respect you enough to include you in stuff, and companies don't respect me enough to reach out. And I know I'm not a big brand, I'm not a big name out there. um, I know some bigger tier guys know of me or have heard of me. Some of them have jumped in the comment section like you, Robes08, and have said a few things or commented from time to time, and I appreciate it greatly. But that's just something I feel like right now I want to try, and if it doesn't work, it is what it is. But it's sometimes you do have to step out on faith, and I learned that the hard way. I was so afraid all these years to jump out and get a brand new car because I was afraid of that high payment. But look what happened. I stepped out on faith. I got a brand new 2018 Chevy Malibu just by stepping out on faith, and I didn't have to put no money down. So I'm trying to do things differently with my life. The same thing with women. I seem to attract the same type women, the women with mental problems that have been, tampered with in the past, whether they've been molested or, something that's happened to them in their past that causes them problems and stuff like that. And I don't want to keep attracting the same type women. I want to attract somebody that's, different, that's going to help me build together. I don't want to say help me, but let's build together. Not somebody who's going to just jump in and be, you got to do all the work because you the man or whatever. Like, I don't want that. I want better for myself. And if rebranding helps, that's what I feel like I got to do. Do unto others. Yo, what's up, man? Texas Hammer. What it do, big homie? What's up, man? Two step 69. You switch up. It's no more Mr. Cheap Sense. As of right now, it's not. I've explained it twice already. If you're late coming in, I guess you're just probably gonna have to go back and watch. But it is what it is. Robes08. My name confuses people. I'm not a robe salesman. I know, man. I know. I personally like your name. Ever since I ran into your channel, even before I knew who you were as a reviewer, like one of the top guys in this thing. The first time I even knew who you were, you jumped into one of my lives, I believe it was, and I think you commented on something I did, a video or something, and somebody messaged me and was like, "Oh man, your name is getting out there because the dude that started the fragrance review game commented on." I didn't even see your comment, and once I saw it and I went back and I started watching your videos, I sub to your channel, and I knew exactly then who you were. You were the man, and you, Joy, and a few others. So your name is synonymous to me. My name does too, Rose08, LOL. The mayor of Detroit. That's my guy. What's going on, man? Rose08. Wait, you're not the mayor. I actually, when he first, the mayor of Detroit is the one who actually sent me that bottle of Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum. It was basically a full bottle. And when I seen his name, I actually did think that this guy was the mayor of Detroit for real. Until you know how it goes. I actually thought he was for real though. The mayor of Detroit, no sir, LOL. Scent Alchemist. What's happening, my dude? Rainy up here in East Tennessee. Perry Ellis 360 green for me. For the past 2 days, it's not terrible. Thank you for your contributions. I appreciate that. Perry Ellis 360 green is one I have not tried. I have 6 Perry Ellises, I have 3 that's not 6 already. I like the House of Perry Ellis a lot. They do get overlooked a lot. They're not top tier fragrances, but they do what they do, and they're cost efficient for people like me. I love them, to be honest with you. The ones that I have anyway, the 6 that I have. Now there's a lot others like the platinum and all of that stuff. I've tried some of that, and some of that stuff just doesn't appeal to me. Some of it is kind of weak in performance. Some of it doesn't smell as good to me, but it is what it is. Michael Sewell, Uncommon Sense. The Mayor of Detroit. My scent of the day, Mancera Velvet Vanilla for this cold weather in Detroit. Robes '08. You do what you need to do, my friend. Thank you. I'm trying, man. It's hard right now trying to find a name. Like I said, I can't stick with Mr. Cheap Sense because I'm reviewing fragrances like Tom Ford's Ombre Leather, and I've been reviewing. I had the decant or carded sample of the uh, Aventus Cologne and some other fragrances, Manceras and stuff like that. I've been, doing reviews on a lot of the decants that I have that people have been sending me, subscriber wise, and I just feel like it's doing those brands a disservice by me having the name Mr. Cheap Sense, and I'm giving it to my subscribers who are looking for the cheapy or inexpensive fragrances, and I'm bringing them this higher end stuff, and I'm trying to mix it, balance it out, but I just want equality. Handsome Baller 88. Hey bro, I've been telling you that you should do big and tall fashions along with fragrances. Ladies love big guys that smell good. Yes, they do. I get compliments almost all the time with fragrances. Not every day, but more times than none. Women do love a guy that smells great, especially if you're well groomed, you dress nice, stuff like that. They do have a tendency to be attracted to you more. Um, Two Step 69. He's a real one. Back on the wall, drinking my hand. Yeah, that's me. That was always me. And if I do frequent a club now, in which I only go if my sister's birthday is at a club or something like that, I'll go for that. And I'm the same way still. Back against the wall. I can see everything in front of me. Nobody's going to sneak up on me if I have enemies, in which I don't believe I have any. But if they are, they're going to have to come get me. El Padrino, we all have to start somewhere. You have influenced a lot of people, including myself. Thank you, man. I get that all the time. People do tell me that they value my opinion. They respect me. There was a situation that arisen a few weeks ago with a certain person. I'm not going to mention his name, but there was a lot of controversy behind this person, and I was kind of trying to, stick my neck out and take up for the person. And people kept messaging me and saying like, "Hey, man, I don't think you should affiliate yourself with this person. It's going, tarnish your name, your image, and what you've worked hard for." And it was what it was. I don't have no ill will towards that person, and I told them that we can still talk. We can still be cool. I just can't mention that person's name on my channel, and I don't want to, hurt what I've built so far. Stray Fire. They gave me the eyes. I don't know what for. PJ, you can still be Mr. Cheap Sense and review high end stuff. Just be you, bro. You just trying to be part of the club that don't want you. Start your own lane. Yeah, I feel you, man. It's hard. It's hard, man, because I feel like I'm getting, even though I've built something good and you all respect me as much as you do. I felt like I wasn't going anywhere. I felt like I'm on the proverbial hamster wheel. I'm running as fast as I can, and I'm not going anywhere. And it seems like my subscriber base has kind of like taken a steady pace. So I don't know if it's because of the stuff that I was bringing people and people are not interested. I'm not gaining new subscribers. Um, I was trying to do some different stuff because people are sending me decants of this higher end stuff, some niche stuff, and all of that. And I'm just trying to expand my branches a little bit. Jarrell Dudley, indeed, sir. Robes '08. Everybody's journey is different. Yes, it is very different. Um, I don't know. I think I just got caught up in all the hype and the hoopla, man. And people are getting invited to all this different stuff, and I feel left out. I feel like I'm putting in work, and nobody's really paying attention except the people um, who already know me. I want a little more. I'm still the same person I've always been since day one. Of course, I've learned to talk a little better. I have a little bit more knowledge of fragrances. I don't know everything like you guys do, Robes '08. I don't know. Um, like, I can't just spray on something and smell it, and you guys can pick out patchouli. You can pick out, uh, all these other different notes. My nose is not trained for that yet. As many fragrances as I've reviewed so far, and I still haven't like taken the time to stop and test some stuff and be like, oh, okay, well, that's what this smells like. Okay, let me see if I could pick out something else. Like, I'm not that yet. I just know that I can get in front of this phone, this camera, and tell people that, okay, I sprayed ombre leather on today, and it smells good. I know it's leather in it, and that's all I can tell you. I know I like it a lot. It's smooth. It's well blended to me. Um, the leather wasn't loud and aggressive. As you would smell an old leather coat, and it would smell kind of, that smell you get from that kind of real leather. It didn't smell like that. It just smelled it smooth. I got a compliment today, two compliments today off of it, and I didn't expect it. So I can tell people, hey, this smells great, or it stinks. It's not for me. I can give you the longevity that comes off of me and the projection, but I can't speak for everybody else. So if I could ever get to that level where I can know everything about a fragrance, I can remember notes off the top of my head, but I have a hard time sometimes remembering more than one thing at a time. The mayor of Detroit. Is there anyone named a Southern Gentleman fragrance? You could be that if it's not being used. I will have to type that in and see what pops up, because I had a few good names earlier, and I typed them in on YouTube, and that's what happened. Somebody already had that name. So uh Dudley, Mr. Cheap Sense is a great name. I like it. Yeah, I mean, I liked it too, but at the same time, I don't feel like I can still be considered Mr. Cheap Sense if I'm talking about high end stuff. I have to find a happy medium between fragrances. Period. Rhea, Punt Cat, Let's Go Rick Ross. I've got that several times. Somebody actually commented one time in a live and asked me to do that thing he be doing, that and I did it, and they got a kick out of it. Jarrell Dudley, haters gonna hate. Yep, they are. It's never gonna stop. How we smelling? I think El Padrino had a great idea. How about just using Mr. Sense without the cheat? Jarrell Dudley, Scent of the Night, Montal. Ooh, amazing. I've never smelled that one. The mayor of Detroit, Central Obsessions, fucking fabulous. It's really nice, bro. I don't think I've smelled that one. He hasn't sent me that one yet, but hopefully he will. Scent of the Day, YSL Live. Roll Damn Tide. What's good, big brother? Damn right, Roll Tide. And we gonna hopefully put it on LSU ass this weekend. If there's any LSU fans in here, sorry. I can't remember his name right now. whatever his name was. I was a big fan of his though. That YSL Live, I haven't tried. I have seen Ashton from Gent Sense review on it. He talks about the name. He said YSL Y Live, but it's Y Live, YSL Live. Let's see. Name PJ said name your Scent Eastwood. Name your channel that. Eva Monroe is in the building. What's going on? I think you did a review or a live a little while ago. I need to check that out. Right time I saw it, I was gonna start my live. Um, Jarrell Dudley, what's up, Eva? And Eva Monroe is one I just actually started getting into. I seen one of her reviews, like I was, going down my YouTube timeline, and her video popped up, and I thought, oh, she's pretty, and she's talking about men's fragrances. So let me check this out. And I checked it out, and I think she had just bought some fragrances for her husband. And the stuff that she bought surprised me because it was some stuff that you would find at TJ Maxx and Ross. And I subscribed to her channel right then. I was like, oh, that's cool. And actually, some of the fragrances that she talked about, I actually did go out and buy or tried to find. So shout out to you, Eva. Striving to be set apart. You gotta vent them properly. Eva says, hi, Jarrell. I got a 10 ml decant of Mancera Silver Blue coming. I've never heard of that one. Centaur is in the building. Hey, my friend, what's going on? Jarrell says, what's up, Benjamin? Benjamin said, hey, Jarrell. Centaur says, Robes 08 and Eva. You a magic man. Centaur, George Zaharoff 2, man. Robes 08, just showing love to content creators. I don't care how many subs you have. I'll support even if it's just spending time on a live stream like this. Great people with real love of the hobby. Definitely. Plus, who doesn't love a fragrance reviewer with a high? Yeah, I'm at work, man. I'm at work. This is my second job. My day job, I work at the hospital. I'm a floor tech, and technically that's what I do here also. I'm a floor tech, stripping and waxing floors. This is, I don't know if you know, Georgia Pacific is a paper mill. Ironically, my grandfather worked at a paper mill when I was younger, and he actually got asbestos poisoning, which is mesothelioma, from it, and he passed away. He was a bad diabetic also in his later years. I guess, the two hand in hand kind of did him in. But it's ironic that I ended up working at the same place that I grew up, waking up early in the morning, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning when I was little, and watching my granddad as he was putting his boots on, and my grandmother was fixing his lunch for him and stuff, and fixing him a little breakfast, and he was sitting drinking his coffee and watching this one particular morning show that used to come on back in the 70s and 80s. But yeah, I ironically ended up working here, not for the actual company. It's a contracted company I work for, but yeah. Let's see. Eva, just stay true to what you love. Yes, I'm trying to. It's just hard seeing everybody around me moving up and I'm stuck. And I'm not getting looked at. I'm not, it's hard for me right now because I have extra bills. So I can't run out now and go buy fragrances. My priority has changed. I'm more focused on me and trying to get my credit, in which my credit is decent now. But being that I got this car, I got this 480. I'm sorry about that. I lost connection. This $480 car note, and now I can't just run to the rack stores or whatever online and just buy. Fragrance companies will send me samples, and decants and stuff, so I can have content, keep content going. Which to some people may be ass backwards, so to say, but like I said, I would not be a man if I didn't come on here and tell you the real reason why I was trying to rebrand. And yes, that's one of them, to try and get some perks. But I do still love fragrances. I just can't afford to buy them anymore, being that I have these extra bills. I got to take care of my kids. Child support has to get paid, which it comes out my check anyway. But when my kids come be with me, I still have to pay out of my pocket to do things with them. So, you know, I'm trying to find other avenues to be able to keep content, decent content on the channel. Centaur. Mine did too. I have slowed in growth now. I feel you. Yeah, I mean, it's just to throw this out there. I didn't understand how TLTG Ross grew in subscriber base so fast. When I was around the 700 and something mark in subscribers, trying to push to that 1,000 subscriber mark, he just shot past me like I was standing still. And now he's at like 2,000 and something, and he's rubbing elbows with Jeremy Fragrance and all these other guys, and I'm like, Jesus, how did this happen? And he's talking about some of the same fragrances that I talk about. And I know that he's a Mercedes-Benz car salesman, and he has to be charismatic. He has to have a talk game to be able to sell cars. But I mean, our content is not that much different. Yes, he does do some note breakdowns. He has, entrance music and all this fancy stuff and all that. But, the deliverance is still the same. If I can deliver and people listen to me, then I think I'm doing my job. But I'm not feeling like I'm getting the same kind of love and support. Rick Jr., just keep it up, man. Sometimes it's a slow grind. Sessman J, what's up, man? What man, Sarah, do you got? I don't know exactly which ones I have. There's just decants that people have sent me subscriber wise. I've worn one, but I have to go back and look and see. I only have like a few. Get you some essential oils to get familiar with notes. I seen one of those kits one time, I think in Ross, and it had all these different notes inside of it, like a bunch of them. But somebody bought it, and I didn't get a chance to get it. So if I find another one, I'll get it, definitely. Robes 08, I agree with Eva. Oil speed up the process to discern notes. If that's what you want to do, not everyone needs to do that though. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I'm not trying to be like everybody else. I guess I'm trying to, gain some different, a different subscriber base. Maybe it'll help boost some things or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing some things out there right now. I want to get to a place. It's not even about the money. I haven't monetized my channel, and I can easily do it. I haven't even done that. I don't feel I need to. And I don't think, personally, I don't know the ins and out of monetizing. I don't think the money is worth it, because somebody told me that you have to put in so much work, you have to have so many videos put in and so much time put in to even accumulate $100. I don't know how true that is. Maybe Eva or Robes can elaborate a little bit, some kind of way to me on how that works. But I don't feel like I should have to monetize my channel to be successful. It works for some people. Some people have been around way longer, like Robes 08. I don't know if he makes money off of it. I know Ashton from Gent Sense says he takes the money that he gets from YouTube and he puts it back into buying. No one can speak for longevity on everyone as a whole. Sam Broom, What's good, family? What's up, Sam? Two step 69. Basically, your nose can't pinpoint the note of the fragrance. Jarrell, I totally understand what you were saying. Centaur, legit scent. Um, how does that sound? I don't know what you're talking about, Benjamin. How does that sound? Legit scent. Got the new Issey Miyagi wood arriving tomorrow. I heard somebody else talk about that. I can't think of that one lady's name. She sounds kind of like she's Asian or something. I can't remember her name. She might not be Asian. I could be wrong. But she has a funny way of talking. And I heard her do a video of that Issey Miyagi wood. Sam Broom, man. Sorry, just use crooked sense. The mayor of Detroit, bro, I'm going to have to make up for that Parfums vintage I sent. So be looking out in the next couple of weeks. That's what's up. I actually traded that one because it smelled sour to me and it was leaking bad. I traded it with somebody. I'm not gonna mention their name, but I ended up getting a fake Creed. I think it was Himalaya or Himalayan or whatever it is. We traded those and it ended up being a fake bottle of Creed. It wasn't a full bottle. I think it was like a partial, but still it was fake. And I didn't trip over it because, like I said, the bottle of Parfums vintage was sour to me, and it ended up being to me an even trade. Like, he didn't like it. He said it smelled bad, which I told him from the beginning. Plus, it was leaking, and I got a fake Creed. It smells good. It just doesn't last long. But you know that it is what it is. But I appreciate it though. Brian Wade, Sam Broom fragrances. I like crooked scents. Man, you're not stuck. You just be smart about it. Sam Broom, stay you. Your grind is organic and not bought. You have to save up to get 100. I haven't gotten a penny yet. That's from Centaur. Ken B, what's up? What's going on? For your channel name, legit scent. Yeah, Agnes, that's her name. I don't think I'm subscribed to her, but she did pop up on my timeline one time, and I started watching her videos. And that one time, I think she was standing in, like, I don't know if it was like outside an airport, or was she at like a mall, like a shopping mall, the middle area outside. But she was talking about those fragrances, those new Issey Miyagis. The mayor of Detroit, love your content, Eva. Eva says thank you. Yeah, but that's pretty much what this live was about. I ain't gonna hold you all too long. She is Polish German, I think. Yeah, I don't know what she is as far as nationality. I kind of like her content. The way she talks sometimes kind of is not, you know, I don't know what that is, but she is different. She's very different. I ordered that Bora Bora and it comes in tomorrow, and I hope it's what you say it is. So far, I have mentioned that fragrance to a lot of people in videos, past videos, and people have found it. You can find it at Ross for like 12, 13 bucks. And for 100 ml, I think it is. And women absolutely love that fragrance. Yes, it is an old school smelling sweet fragrance. I don't know what's in it, but women love that fragrance on me. I felt like I was going to get molested the day I wore it, because women were walking up to me and just sniffing me as I was in the hallways at the hospital. So I'm not lying. And if I had a body cam, I would walk around with it so you can see the reactions that people give me. Sensual Obsession sent me maple, what is it, maple syrup or maple something. I can't remember what it was. But it was a maple syrup smelling fragrance. Um, I wore it to work, and all day long, people were like walking past me, like, "Oh my God, you smell so good," but you smell like maple syrup. Like I was getting that all day. So if you don't know about Sensual Obsessions, check them out. They are a decent clone house. They do have originals also. The guy's name is Kevin. I can't remember his last name off the top, but his name is Kevin. He's a pretty good dude. Um, he has some pretty damn good ones. He makes his formulations of Bond number 9. The Andy Warhol is the one I have been a real cheerleader for. That smells amazing. His version of Andy Warhol and the maple one, and I think Lime in the Sky is another one that he did that smells absolutely fantastic. So check them out. But yeah, Bora Bora, in my opinion, my personal opinion, I love it. Um, what's his name? I've seen it at Ross, and I just didn't have the money to go buy it. $12, whatever. But Bro Sense, another up and coming reviewer, heard me talking about I wanted to get another bottle because my bottle, somebody was looking for it, and at the time I couldn't find it. And what I did was I sold him my bottle, and I was gonna buy another one, but I didn't find it, and things changed, whatever. So Bro Sense went out and ordered me one or bought me one and sent it to me, so I have a new one. I absolutely love Bora Bora. I don't care what nobody else says. If you get it and you don't like it, tell me how much you paid for it, and if I can come up with the money, I will buy it from you because I'm the one who referred it to you, to people. But so far, everybody who has bought that fragrance likes it a lot. Eva, I turned my wife on to you. Sam Broom. Robes 08, gotta get going. All right, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. Sam Broom. Robes is the realest. Yes, indeed. Brian Wade. Maple Mayhem. Yes, that's the name of it. Maple Mayhem. Centaur. Maple Mayhem. That came to mind. Centaur. New Harlem. The Chun already. Yeah. El Padro. I will try that one. Yeah, do that, man. They're if you're talking about the Maple Mayhem one, yes. Try it out. They are an inexpensive clone house. Some of their stuff is very good, it's very potent. Um, you only have to spray on one time. As far as like how many sprays, you can spray on 3 or 4 sprays, or some of that stuff you only need. Like Maple Mayhem, you don't need that many sprays. You can do probably 2 sprays, and that's more than enough because it is very, very potent, and it smells almost identical to maple syrup. If you walk into IHOP or Waffle House or something like that, and you get that syrupy smell in the air, that's what it smells like, and it's very, very good. I like it a lot. The Chun Bora Bora tomorrow is the scent of the day. Yes, definitely. Let me know what you think. I had Bora Bora, but didn't last long. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, sometimes it's body chemistry. They don't mesh well. Hydration is sometimes a problem. Me, as of lately, I have been drinking a whole hell of a lot of water, trying to get hydrated, and you can tell when you're hydrated because of your urine color. Sorry, Eva and other ladies, for talking like that, but yes, my urine color is a whole lot of drinking a lot of water and staying hydrated. I've noticed my skin is not as dry as it used to be. So it's working so far. So hydration is key. Sometimes just off of your skin, it may not last. spray your shirt. Simple as that. Barn number 9, New Harlem, smells like maple syrup. Um, hello, Keith. Nice to see you alive again. Yes, that's the one reason why I was trying to push so hard to get to 1,000 subscribers, because YouTube cut me off. I think when I was at the 200 or 300 subscriber mark or something like that, and told me that I wasn't able to do live streaming off my phone anymore. And people were trying to help me, do live streams by other avenues, but I just chose to grind it out. I made it to 1,000 with the help of some people, pushing on their channel to help me get there. And I started doing live streams again. I'm not doing them as often. I don't want to overdo it. I just want to do one here and there. Maybe if an important topic pops up like today, I want to get people's feedback and stuff like that. So, let's see. How many sprays for Bora Bora to not overdo it? It's not really a very potent fragrance. It just smells great. It's sweet. Not syrupy sweet, but it's just sweet. It's something about it that women like. I don't know what it is, and especially for me, I don't know. I can't speak for other guys because I know a lot of guys are married or got steady girlfriends. I'm single at the moment, so for me, it doesn't matter. But on average, for me, with that particular one, I probably do like 6 or 7 sprays of it. Strategically, I do one on the back of the neck, one behind each ear. I hit the wrist, maybe the inner elbows, and then I may hit my shirt a couple of times. But for the most part, maybe 6, 7 sprays. You can push a little more depending on how strong you think it is. What you do when you get it is you spray it on your arm or your hand somewhere and test it yourself just to see if it's too strong for you, if it's too sweet, if it's too loud or something like that, and go from there. Scent of the day, Lalique Homage, Alone Voyager. It's weird, but I like it. I have a Lalique Homage. I can't remember which one it is. I don't know if it's the same one you have. I don't think it's the Voyager. It's something else. But I've done a review on it, and I actually like it too. It's a more gentlemanly type scent. It's not the normal stuff, and I like it. Bora Bora reminds me of Curve. Kinda. Brian Wade, I'm wearing Davidoff Zeno that I got from you. It works great for me. I'm in gym. That one I didn't like. Somebody recommended me buying that one, and I did not like that one. It wasn't a bad scent. It just smells to me dated. I tried to like it, and I couldn't do it. How we smelling? I picked up a gift set of Missoni Parfum Pour Homme, kind of a lighter version of Bleu de Chanel. Have you tried it? Yes, I do own it. I like it a lot. I've only worn it actually once. With the amount of colognes that I do have, it's kind of hard for me to want to wear the same fragrance over and over and over. I like to wear something different every day. I have a coworker who wears Invictus, the original Invictus, the Intense Invictus, every single day. One of the two. He started out wearing the original Invictus every day, and once you wear something over and over and over, to other people, it may be great. You may be loving wearing it, but to other people, they get to a point where they're like, "Oh my God, he's wearing it again. Like, is he gonna ever change?" And that's how I was feeling. Like, damn, is he gonna wear that same one every single day? I know he got others, my Invictus or my Invictus Intense, because he wears his every day. So yeah, I do own the Missoni. I kind of do get the Invictus. I mean the Ambroxany a little bit type vibe. It kind of has the same energy as Blue Day Chanel, but it smells great. Um, I picked up a small bottle of Tahitian Nights. I love that scent. I need to find a bigger bottle. How we smelling? I'm with you. I'm wearing something different almost every day. Yeah, I can't do it. That's just not me, man. I mean, I don't care how much I like it. I can't wear the same one over and over and over. I can't do it. Um, I like to be different. I like to, I don't know. I'm kind of losing connection here. It keeps dropping off. Sam Broom, dude, I haven't worn the same scent more than 3 times since I started collecting. In a year so far, I haven't. With the amount of decants that I have and the amount of fragrances that I have right now, I don't have to. Bruce Taylor, did you get your nose on a Zorro Nighttime? I think I have that. I'm not sure. If so, it's okay. I don't think it's the best. The same cologne every day. That shot becomes boring. Yeah. Sam Broom, I wore Lagerfield today, Jaco today, and it's one of the very best plum scents out there. I haven't smelled that one. I like plum a lot though. Have you tried Lomani Intense Black clone of Creed Royal Oud? I don't think I've ever tried any Lomani fragrance, period. And it's gonna be a while, I guess, before I am able to, being that I have these bills. Maybe I missed it. What's your favorite scent right now? Um, I would have to go with it's really a toss up between Dua's um Casino Royal Nights and Sensual Obsessions version of Andy Warhol. It's a toss up between the two. I do have some other ones that I like a lot, but those two are the two that stand out in my mind right now that I love a lot. So those two. All right, so we are seems like tapering off. We're constant at a constant 21 right now with 12 likes, and that's something that we got to work on too, people. For the amount of people that I have in this live, there should be 22 likes, not just 20, not just 12. That's something we need to work on a lot, especially when it comes to watching these people watching each other's reviews. There's not one time that I haven't hit the like or dislike button, in which I don't hit the dislike button that much at all. There's not one time that I'm watching a video and in the middle of that video, I reach up and hit the like button. It don't take but a second. The same amount of time that it takes you to click on my video and start watching, it takes that same amount of time to reach over and hit that like button. YouTube needs to allow phone users to be able to like. I would love to like for you. What's your top 5 compliment getters? You're gonna put me on the spot without me being in front of my. Okay. Dua's Casino Royal Nights is my number 1. Bora Bora is number 2. I'm not really putting them in order. I'm just giving you whatever. Those 2. What's next? Believe it or not, I got a lot of compliments when I wore a Zorro Pour On to work. So I'm gonna throw that one out there. Bulgari Aquamarine got me some crazy compliments. Um, let's see what else. When I wore, I did a full week, I think, of Playboy fragrances. I got compliments every single day that I wore those. Um, and that's for the people who love the cheapies. Um, what else? I wore, what was it? When I wore it. Oh, Maple Mayhem. I'll throw that out there from Central Obsessions. Andy Warhol, when I wore it, got compliments, but I didn't get that many. I'm just giving you the ones that I got a lot of compliments or crazy compliments with. I think that should be about 5, I believe. I need to do another review on that. I've had people ask me to do that video of my top 5 or 10 most complimented fragrances. I did it once before, I think, but I'm not sure. Brian Wade, I can like from my phone. Yeah, I can like from mine too. I don't know why other people can't. When I comment back or respond to comments on my videos, I always hit the like button first and then I comment. I rarely use that heart button. But yeah, Sam Broom gave the thumbs up. And we got 20 viewers and 16 thumbs up. $17 now. We need 3 more, and I'll be satisfied. 18. 2 more. 19. 1 more. Well, we're actually at 19 now. Somebody dropped off. So 19 out of 19 is good. I like that. So now this same, I got 20 now, but I got 19 viewers. So we do got 20 thumbs up now. So that same principle that we just used to get to 20 thumbs up with 21, I think we had 21 viewers at the time, and it's now 19, and now I have 21 thumbs up. The same principle, we need to apply that to when we watch each other's reviews, or watch other people's reviews. I always hit the button, period. So that same principle, it can be done, and you all just proved that it can be done. So there's no way that people are going to be watching videos and not hitting that button. It only takes a second to reach over and tap that button. You don't even have to watch the full review. If the review that you're watching is speaking to you and you like the content, then what's so hard about hitting that thumbs up button? Or if the content doesn't pertain to you and you just don't want to be rude, you can still hit the button. Nobody's going to know that it was you who hit the button. It just gives YouTube a visual as to if this person is doing a good job or they're doing a shitty job. That's the only reason why we're asking for those thumbs up or thumbs down. And I'm not telling people to always hit the thumbs up button, because if you don't like something I'm talking about, hit the thumbs down button. It ain't gonna bother me not one bit. But I appreciate it. We got 21 viewers right now with 21 thumbs up. So it can be done. Sam Broom don't seem to be able to like it. El Padro, well, got to get ready to knock out. Shout out to you from Chicago. Good night, brother. All right, my man. Sam Broom. Take me thumbs up as a like. Got you. Howie, I think you missed my other question. What are some fragrances you would like to pick up? Without me, I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that I'm interested in trying. Um, Obviously, as much as I talk trash about the price of some fragrances like Creed, Aventus, and stuff like that, I would want to try, even if it's just a partial bottle of some Creed, Aventus. I would like to try that, or at least have it in the collection. Um, Maybe let's see if I could think of something designer right now that I would want to try. Um, I know that Chanel, what is it that over that one? The same time I bought the Missoni, it was a package deal. So I wish I would have got that one. Um, what else? Um, it's kind of hard off the top of the dome right now because I don't know a lot about a whole bunch of fragrances out there. There are some inexpensive ones that I wouldn't mind trying, but I can't off the top of my head think. You may have to ask me that question again in another review, and I can be in front of my collection just to see. Anyone ever tried Cobalt and Vetiver from TJ Maxx? I've smelled it. It's it's an okay fragrance to me. Some people will say it's pretty good, but it's more of a dumb reach scent to me. The cedar and salt one is the one I was hyping up a little bit. I like that one. That's pretty good. I always hit the thumbs up when I watch videos, but for some reason I forgot to hit it for the live stream. I guess I was enamored by your good looks. That's what's up, man. I get so many compliments from wearing Al Hermane's L'Aventure. One girl said that fragrance attracted her to me. Yes, I have L'Aventure. It's a partial bottle. It's not much left in it. It is a pretty good fragrance. I like it though. Let's see, Mr. Will. Whatever happened to the crazy chick that went paparazzi on you? She probably was mad because you didn't put her on one of your vids. LOL. That situation died off quick because I went on. I don't know if they saw the video, but I went on Facebook and I pulled a 8 Mile with Eminem when what he did at the end of the video when he was going up against Papa Doc. I don't know if you've seen that movie before, but um, his homeboy, what's his name, Cheddar Bob, told Eminem like, "Hey, are you concerned about what he's gonna say about you?" And he was like, "What do you mean? You know about the Alice chick getting it on with Wink and him doing this and that and the other." And it just popped in my head like, okay, if this chick want to out me so bad, and both of these chicks are, what I'm saying, I already told each one of these chicks about the other, then why not just go ahead and put it out there that whatever is going on, and maybe they'll go the fuck away. And I did that, and right after that, nothing. No more messages, no more comments, no more nothing. So I guess they got what they wanted. Rod T, what's up? TLTG, the last 20 minutes of 8 Mile or the best part. Exactly. I didn't care nothing about the beginning or the middle of the movie. Every time I want to see something about that movie, I always turn it on and I go straight to the end of the movie. That ending rap battle is the best, hands down. I don't care what nobody says. That movie was not that good to me. Eminem was not a great actor in that movie, in my personal opinion. But that ending rap battle was phenomenal. And it gives me goosebumps every time I watch it. And I know it word for word, the person who's rapping against Eminem and Eminem's verse. So yes, I respect that, TLTG Ross, my man. It is the greatest. He said he does the same thing. Yes. Are you considering name changes, Rod T? Yes. I've said this, I think a day or two ago, that I want to rebrand a little bit. I just felt like I was being overlooked by some of these fragrance companies because of my name, Mr. Cheap Sense. They don't want to be affiliated with their fragrances being considered as cheap. And as of right now, I don't have the money, being that I have these extra bills now with this car note and my high insurance, that I can't just go out and buy fragrances with my own money anymore because I'm living literally check to check. And I just feel like if I can get some of these companies to trust in me, presentations, if I can get some samples just to keep content coming on my channel without running out of things to talk about, then it works for me. I ain't gonna lie, I got kind of jealous when I started seeing Ross and all these other channels and Outlaw Frags and companies sending these guys these fragrances, and I work just as hard as they do, and I felt like I was getting overlooked. With Scent Explorer, I felt like I got overlooked in that. There are YouTubers who are under me and subscribers that got invites to this event, and I didn't even get an invite. And like I said, Russ and James from Outlaw Frags had 4 tickets, and when I chimed in on their live, Russ actually said, "Hey, I understand that Keith didn't get an invite, so we got 4 tickets. If you can afford to go, then what I'm saying, I got you a ticket." I couldn't afford to go, but it was the principle behind it for me that I didn't get an invite. And I don't know how that went, if people were sending out invites to certain people or what, what I'm saying? Like, I just felt overlooked. And I think a rebrand will probably help a little bit, especially with me being able to get some fragrances, because I reached out to Alt Fragrances, I reached out to Dua, Alexandria, and some of them respond back, but I never receive anything. And I just don't understand what the problem was. So I'm just trying to do something different and see what happens. No disrespect to none of those other channels. Y'all are doing your thing. I just personally feel that I put in just as much work as everybody else. My content may not be as great as everybody else's because I don't have a lot of higher end fragrances and all this kind of stuff. And I really don't have as many fragrances as everybody else, but I don't think that's a big issue of how many you have. It's the quality of content that you're putting out, and if your deliverance to people is that's what got me to where I am, because people trust and believe in me. And I didn't have to go through having some fancy intro. I didn't have to have lighting. I don't have to have fancy cameras. My video quality was dog shit until I got this new phone. It was just people believe me because I'm an everyday person. I'm a blue collar guy. I got on my my vest. I work 2 jobs. I live paycheck to paycheck. I live in an extended stay hotel. You know what I'm saying? Some days I don't even eat. I go without eating because I don't have money to go get food all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I think people can relate to that. I'm not somebody who looks like they're sitting on a pedestal like I got all this money. I don't. I have a key card. I don't have an actual key to a place that I can call my own. I have a key card that I have to slide in a slot every single day to get into my place. And I think that's why some people feel me so much, because I'm just like them. So that's just how I feel about it. Sam Broom, I gotta be in at 2 a.m. so I gotta get some sleep for a few hours. That's what's up, man. Do what you do. TLTG, haha, me too. Sam Broom, good night, family. Brian Wade, maybe do a video where people suggest names and pick the ones you like. Would have been badass if you would have been there. Yeah, I wanted to be there, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people, me and some other YouTubers talked, and Some people feel like it's just not their cup of tea. It's not their scene. For the most part, I'm trying to like be a little different and do things that I normally wouldn't do because I'm really a private person. I don't really like being around crowds of people. I don't trust a lot of people. But to meet some of the people that were there would have been great for me. I don't think it would change me any. I would probably, but you know, they have an event coming up in Jacksonville. I think in December, and me and Matt from Georgia Gent are gonna crash the party. I think it's gonna be at Macy's or Sephora or somewhere in Jacksonville. Um, Me and him gonna crash the party and see what's up. They supposed to be having, I think Tom Ford's supposed to be having a an event there. So we're gonna go. It's not gonna be like Saint Explorer or nothing like that, I don't think. But I just know that I want to go and see if I can experience some stuff. And you never know who will pop up. Brian Wade, good night, Sam. Art Alexandra 93. Is there anything cheaper that smells like Chanel, Allure Sport, or Extreme? Yes. I have said this before to people. If you haven't smelled Mandarina Duck Black, it smells almost identical to Chanel, Allure Homme Sport, or Extreme. I promise you. I did a review on it. Go back and look, see if you can find that video. If you can't find it, I will do an update video on it. But Mandarina Duck Black is a damn near identical clone to Chanel Allure Homme Sport. I promise you. It smells damn near identical. It lasts, if not the same amount it gives the same amount of projection and just as good longevity. And it's very inexpensive. I can't remember exactly how much it was. I think I paid like 20 something dollars for it on Fragrance X. So check that one out. TLTG, I have nothing but love for you, brother. Same here, man. I mean, I don't have no ill will towards nobody. It just something just I'm like the Force when it comes to like Return of the Jedi. Something in the Force isn't right, and I don't know what it is. Something is off, and I just, for some reason, the past few weeks, I've been feeling a different type of way about the fragrance community of FragCom or whatever you want to call it. And it's just certain individuals or certain things that have been going on that just isn't right to me. Certain reviewers that I talk to feel like they are overlooked and you know what I'm saying, mistreated and all kinds of stuff. And I'm not going to get into it on here, but you know, it just is what it is. And you know, I'm just the type person, I've always been this type person. If I have an issue with somebody, I go to that person. I don't do that middleman shit. I don't go to somebody else and talk shit about them and then somebody else says it back to them. And then, you know what I'm saying? When I had an issue with, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. When I had an issue with Dwayne, when people were messaging me and telling me stuff about Dwayne, I went to Dwayne and talked to Dwayne and got his viewpoint. Whether it was right or wrong, I talked to Dwayne. So, you know, that's the type person I am. I'm not going to sit here and keep listening to the middleman say, well, you know, I feel like such and so and this and that and the other. I'm going to tell it to you like it is and take it for what it's worth. Sam Broom, damn, bro. I can't leave now. Why not? Art Alexander 93, keeping it 100. Love it, brother. Yes, sir. That's all I know, man. Once upon a time, believe it or not, I actually had a problem with telling people certain stuff. It's almost like cheating on a female. If you're dating, if you're going with somebody, you're committed to somebody, you're married to somebody, and you cheat, and most men will lie, because I used to lie too. I ain't gonna sit here in front like I've never lied to a female before. Lying and having to keep that lie up and to lie on top of another lie, it gets exhausting after a while. And I was the type person where I felt like I didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings by telling them, yes, I did cheat. I just kept lying. And I got to a point where I'm like, damn, man, let me try something different. So if somebody asks me from now on, if I'm seeing somebody else, I'm going to just tell them, yeah, and whatever happens, happens. And that's what happened. And take it or leave it for what it's worth. I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with you. If I like you, I like you. I'm gonna keep dealing with you. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing for nobody. It is what it is. Sam Broom, man, this is like watching a movie. Art Alexander 93, good looking. Bro Sense. What's up, my brother? How's it going? What's up, man? I'm just chilling. We on this live. I was doing a live talking about my rebranding, changing my name, trying to find a different name. Um, like I said, some people will take it as an insult or a slap in the face that I'm changing my name, but I have to do what's best for me. Number one, I love all of my subscribers, especially the ones that have been here since day one. They know me by Mr. Cheap Sense, but I feel like I can't talk about the decants that I've been talking about lately, the Tom Fords and all this other stuff, and still have the name Mr. Cheap Sense, because it's really doing a disservice to them. Even though I'm not mentioning price in my video, it just felt like a disservice to them, and that's one reason why I feel like they're not reaching out to me and sending me samples or decants like everybody else. They see the name. Somebody asked me what was my URL one time, fragrance company, and I didn't even know what the fuck a URL was, and I was embarrassed by it. And once I gave them the link, they never responded back. And I'm thinking that it had something to do with my name being Mr. Cheap Sense. And I don't think a lot of those companies, even though they're not cheap fragrances, I don't think they want to be associated with, being cheap. So I have to do something different in order to, number one, see if I can get them to trust me and send me some samples. And number two, I think the rebrand will be good for me as far as expansion wise. I don't want to keep the same demographic. I want to mix it up a little bit. Yes, there are still going to be some inexpensive fragrances that's going to pop up. But for the most part, if you haven't been paying attention, guys and gals, I've been doing a lot of decants lately, like reviewing decants. I have a boatload of them, and I just been throwing them out there, just trying to do different content. And for the most part, people are being really receptive to it. And some people message me and say, hey man, are you not into cheapies anymore? Yes, I am. I just can't afford to buy them because I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm not finna drive myself insane, missing payments and stuff just because I want to run to TJ Maxx or Ross or order something online just to review online. Like, that's retarded to me. So that's what's going on. P.V. In my head, I've always seen you as Mr. Relatable, the fragrance homie. Keep doing you, bro. That's what's up, man. Mr. Will, Bama Boy Sense, Ronaldo, Neuville, Keith Crook for president, baby. I wish I had presidential money. Man, y'all don't know how bad your boy is struggling, man. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that I want to do, especially with my kids, man. Take some trips and stuff like that. But my financial situation right now is, I'm tight, man. I'm like squeezing. It's almost like squeezing damn boo boo from a gnat booty. Like, I'm tight right now, man. I'm super tight. I'm ramen noodling it damn near every night when I get home, man. Seriously. That new car note that I got, the high insurance that I have now, I got child support coming out my check, in which, my daughter should drop off soon as she turns 18 next in February. So I got that on there, and trying to maintain at the same time. When I have my kids with me, I spend my own money out my own pocket. I'm not one of them dudes that's bitter and talking about, Oh, you get child support every month. I don't have to do nothing. Nope. I don't roll like that. My kids are my everything. Even though, me and their mama are divorced, me and her still get along. We co-parent great. But I'm just not willing to go out and keep spending money that I don't really necessarily have to try and, saying people are generous enough to like do some partial bottles or something like that, then I'm cool with that. It helps the channel out. Um, Art Alexander 93, Real Talk Sense. Oh man, water, water, water. Gotta stay hydrated. Um, that's one big thing. Hydration when it comes to fragrances and spraying them on your skin. Hydration is the key, one of the keys anyway, to driving that fragrance vehicle. If you're not hydrated, your skin is gonna absorb it fast, and it's not gonna last. And I've noticed since I've been drinking a lot of water, like I said earlier, if it's any females in here, I apologize for the language, but my urine as of lately has been it used to be damn near this color, and now it's not super clear. It still has a tint to it, but it's a lot clearer. We have charts here on the walls in the bathrooms, and it tells you if you're dehydrated or if you're hydrated, and it shows you the coloration that it's supposed to be. And I'm right there at the hydrated level, and I want to keep it there. So I've been drinking a lot of water. I got the Hawaiian Punch bottles that I used to buy a lot of Hawaiian Punch and stuff for the kids. Um, but once those jugs get empty, I use those jugs and I fill them with water and put them in my refrigerator so they get cold. And when I go home, I either chug out the bottle or I just pour, into a cup and I just keep drinking until I'm getting ready to go to bed. Now, it does have a disadvantage because you up all night using the bathroom, and I hate getting up 4 and 5 times when, I got to be to work. I got to be up at 5, you know what I'm saying? And I've been up all night long using the bathroom. So there are some ups and downs to it, but for the most part, I've been feeling pretty good. I don't drink a lot of soda. I don't drink a lot of tea like I used to. Not a lot of sugary products. I've been just drinking a lot of, especially here, working at this plant. It's hot outside at times. Some of these buildings don't have AC. It's hot, and they keep water everywhere. There's not one place you can't walk and run into a cooler or a freezer or a refrigerator or something somewhere, and it doesn't have water in it. Ronaldo says I bought 5 ml tequila gold due to one of your reviews. I found a highly recommended cheapie, which is supposed to be smell exactly like Dior Intense. So I bought 100 ml. I refuse to pay. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like doing what I do, because when I first got into this, the cheapies were where it was at. I know a lot of people disagree because there are some great high-end fragrances out there, but not everybody can afford it. Like me, I can't afford to go out and I know somebody like I ain't even give him a shout out because I don't really deal with dude like that. But he would say, well, instead of going out and buying 4 or 5 $20 fragrances, you can save that money and go buy. And yeah, you can. But I feel like a lot of people are in the now and not the later. And those cheapies really did help build this brand. A lot of people didn't know a lot about some of those fragrances, how they performed, because they were cheapies and people were afraid to take a chance on them. Well, that's what we're here supposed to be here for. We're supposed to buy these things, test them, and let you all know what's good, what's bad, how long something lasts, how long it doesn't last. And I think some people got into the game and lost sight of that. And I haven't lost sight of it. I just can't go out and do it like I used to. But for the most part, there are fragrances that I have ran into to Chanel Allure on Sport. There are many fragrances out there that are close copies of popular fragrances that people don't know about. And if we can give these people these fragrances, instead of going out and spending 150, 70, 80, 90, 100, 150, 200, $400 on it, if you can get the next best thing that's going to run you about 20, 25, 30, maybe $40, $50, and be a lot cheaper, that's what we should do. And I've done a few videos also, at least one or two, talking about alternatives, such as the Valentino Uomo. You can get Zara 9.0, which almost smells identical. It has that same type iris note in it. It's a damn good fragrance. It's not as long lasting as Valentino Uomo, I don't think, but it did pretty good on me, and I got compliments when I wore it. So, why not? Georgia Gent, I always spray a spray of something in the middle of the night. Ain't nothing wrong with that. For a little while, I got into doing that also when I get out the shower, because I had 3 fragrances from Bath and Body Works. I had Noir, Ocean, and I still have, I think it's Teak Wood. I got rid of the other 2, but those were the ones I was using most. When I got out the shower, I would spray a few sprays of that on, and you know what I'm saying? It makes my room smell good. I smell good. I wake up in the morning, poof, it's gone. I can spray on something else. So it ain't nothing wrong with that. And I know a lot of people, I've heard some reviewers say they don't understand why people wear colognes and stuff to work. To bed. You're not trying to whatever. Well, if you have a significant other, they're going to enjoy it because they're going to snuggle up next to you and they're going to smell you and they're going to love it. So I don't know what the logic is behind that, unless that person didn't have an old lady and you sleeping by your damn self. Ronaldo, none of them have arrived yet. It was only yesterday. I love Valentino Uomo, one of my faves. Yeah, I have the Intense and the Aqua version. And that Aqua version is fire. I love it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. It's going on the 2-hour mark, and I really wouldn't expect it to be on here that long. And it's almost 9:30. It's like 9:17 or something like that. And I still got one more building that I need to hit, pull the trash in, and I can get out of here on time. So thank everybody for tuning in to this. TLTG, have a great night, my friend. Thank you. You too. I thank everybody who tuned in. Special guests in here were Ava Monroe and Robes '08. With also a special appearance from my guy, the mayor of Detroit. That's what's up. Ronaldo, thank you, sir. Howie, thanks for entertaining us anytime. Make sure y'all check out not just my reviews, check out some of these other reviewers also. Robes '08, if you don't know who he is and you're in this right now, check him out. He is one of the, I guess they say he is the father or godfather of fragrance reviews, one of the top guns in the business. Check him out. Check out Bro Sense, Sam Broom, Trey Sense, TLTG, Matt from Georgia Gent, Ava Monroe. Check her out. I can't think of anybody else in here right now. Centaur Benjamin. Who else was in here that does reviews? If I'm missing somebody, kick me in the ass if you ever run into me. I I can't think of everybody who was in here, but thank everybody for tuning in. Thank everybody for the love, for the support. I'm still trying to find a name that's gonna stick with me. And until something comes up, I'm gonna stick with using my real name right now. Um, Georgia Gent, thank you, brother. TLTG, the turnaround is coming, brother. I can feel it. I hope so. Um, but for the most part, right now, I'm going to use my real name until I come up with something. So if you refer this channel to somebody, just use my real name as of right now, Keith Crook. Um, let people know what the deal is. Let's get those subscribers up, not just for me, but for everybody else in the community also. It's supposed to be one love across the board. And for some reason, it just feels like it's not there right now. We were doing a good thing at first. We do tag videos and people didn't want to do them. And the ones who did do them, I appreciate it. But, we have to support each other no matter what. And the only way this machine is going to stay well oiled and running good is if all of us do our part. And I appreciate all the camaraderie that some of us have. I also appreciate the diversity in the community. And you see how people like Robes08 and Ava reached back and showed love. That's what it should be with some of us who hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. Don't just move up and then forget about the people who you were just rubbing elbows with before you got to where you were. Reach back and share some of that knowledge with us. I'm not the best reviewer in the world. I don't know everything I need to know. But whatever I do know, people like Bro Sense and whoever else that reaches out to me, Georgia Gent, and asks me questions, I'm always here for them and everybody else. And I think that's what makes me stand out to a lot of people. I'm very accessible. I always respond to messages. I always answer my phone when these people call me. If they video chat with me, I've had people video message me while they were in stores and ask me about fragrances. And I answer my phone and I give them the best knowledge I can give them about fragrances. So that's what I want everybody to do. I know sometimes we get higher in subscribers, you get more comments, and you can't respond to everything. You're busy, you have jobs and other stuff like that. But do the best you can when you can. Because people do look up to us and they respect us a lot. And it turns them off when they feel like they can't get an answer or response from you. Bro Sense said it to me. He said he reached out to people like Big Beard Business, in which I know Big Beard Business is a busy man. He has a lot going on. His channel is like top notch or whatever. But he reached out to him and he said he didn't even get a response back. And it kind of hurt his feelings. And I understood what he's saying because I've reached out to a lot of bigger name subscribers and I don't get responses back. But I don't get butt hurt about it like, other people. I just keep it moving. So that's all I got to say. I got to get out of here. Thank you all once again. Peace.